On June 8, 2026, a prisoner in California filed a request with the Department of Justice. He has 25 years left to serve. He wants all of them erased. His name is Sam Bankman-Fried. 3 years ago, he lost $32 billion in 9 days. Now he is placing one final bet on a presidential pardon. This is HUBRIS Files, Case 001. Not the story of how FTX fell. That file is already open on this channel. This is the story of what a gambler does when there is nothing left to bet, except himself. You know the outline: the crypto empire, the Bahamas penthouse, the Super Bowl ads. And then, November 2022, 9 days, $32 billion, gone. What the trial made simple was what the empire kept complicated. Roughly $8 billion of customer money had quietly funded the bets of his own hedge fund. On November 2, 2023, a jury needed less than 5 hours. Guilty on all 7 counts. March 2024, the sentence: 25 years and an $11 billion forfeiture order. The judge concluded he had testified falsely on his own stand, and so the boy genius of crypto vanished into the Metropolitan Detention Center, Brooklyn, a place with its own economy. The currency is mackerel. The reported price of one haircut, 4 packets. His neighbors made headlines of their own. A former president of Honduras. And from September 2024, Sean Diddy Combs, who, SBF would later say, has been kind. Most convicts disappear. Sam Bankman-Fried started trading again. Only now the asset was his own story. January 2025. Bloomberg reveals that his parents, 2 Stanford law professors, are meeting lawyers from the orbit of the newly returned president. The project has a name nobody says out loud: a pardon. March 2025. An unauthorized interview with Tucker Carlson, smuggled past the Bureau of Prisons as a legal call. 45 minutes of message discipline. He is sorry, he is misunderstood, and his politics have moved right. The Bureau's answer was a day in solitary and a one-way transfer west. Terminal Island, low security, Los Angeles. Projected release, October 2044. From there, the campaign only sharpened. Interviews, friendly op-eds, every message aimed at an audience of one, because the impossible had already happened. October 23, 2025. The president pardons Changpeng Zhao, CZ, the Binance founder whose single tweet helped trigger FTX's collapse. Asked about that pardon on national television, the president answered, "I don't know who he is." For every white-collar convict in America, that sentence was a starting gun. Trevor Milton, the convicted founder of Nikola, pardoned. CZ, pardoned. In this new era, a fraud conviction was no longer necessarily the end of the story. So, on June 8, 2026, the formal request landed at the Justice Department. Status: pending. The White House's first reaction, in one word: his odds are slim. Here is the detail his campaign leans on hardest. FTX's customers, he says, got their money back. And it is almost true. That is exactly what makes it dangerous. Since February 2025, the bankruptcy estate has returned roughly $10 billion. Small creditors received about 120 cents on every dollar, but those dollars were frozen at November 2022 prices. Anyone whose Bitcoin was seized at 16,000 watched it climb several times higher, in someone else's hands. Made whole on paper. Robbed in time. His appeal, argued in November 2025, still undecided, makes a similar bet, that the question is process, not honesty. The judges sounded unconvinced. One called the evidence of guilt very substantial. Step back, and the pattern is the one this channel exists to document. The trades kept changing. Tokens, then testimony, then television, now clemency. The gambler never did. Effective altruism justified the risk. The customer's money justified the whole. And the pardon economy now justifies one more all-in, because in his arithmetic, there is always positive expected value somewhere, and maybe he is right. Pardons in this era have followed donations, alliances, attention. He understood incentive structures better than almost anyone alive, but hubris has a signature. It is not the lie. It is the certainty that you, uniquely, are the exception. He believed it with other people's money. He believes it now with the years of his own life. 25 years, or freedom by a single signature. Either way, Case 001 closes on the same finding. The most dangerous bet is the one a man makes on his own exception. This was HUBRIS Files, Case 001. Case 002 is already open. A woman who built a $4 billion coin out of nothing and then vanished. The FBI is still looking. Subscribe. The file opens next week.